Welcome to Coffee with a Closer, where we'll have real conversations with real professionals who get things done. Over a cup of coffee, we'll talk about what it really takes to succeed in real estate, mortgage lending, and serving our communities. All right, so today I'm here with Anthony Borke. Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you for having me.
I see you have a Dunkin' cup in your hand. So, Dunkin', Starbucks, what's your favorite?
Well, it really depends on where I'm at. If I'm by a Dunkin', I'll grab a hot coffee, regular cream, regular sugar. If I'm by a Starbucks, I'll grab a venti caramel macchiato.
So yeah, I'm a Dunkin' girl myself, but I do like Starbucks every now and then. I like a cinnamon dulce latte is my favorite.
Oh, I've never had that. It's probably pretty good though.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's on the menu anymore, but it's good. All right, Anthony. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm with Keller Williams,
Okay.
and I've been in real estate for a little over 4 years now. Um, I started under a team, kind of moved around a little bit, and then I found my home where I'm at now, and I'm licensed in both Illinois and Wisconsin.
Really, 4 years and you're already like doing so great.
Yeah, well, it's been a long road to get where I'm at. When I started, I remember the first brokerage I was at, when I went to leave there, they told me that I would never do better than I was doing and I would never be more successful than I was. And that always stuck in my head. And I have pushed forward and outsold the person that told me that.
That's awesome. So it's kind of like just watch, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a whole thing, but we won't get into it. But I think I showed them by now.
That's awesome. All right, so I've done a little research on you, and I've heard that you said that buying a home should be an exciting experience. Can you tell us a story of a recent transaction that maybe something wasn't going so well and you turned it into a positive
Well,
experience?
I mean, here, right now, specifically, I'm dealing with a divorced couple and selling their home. Obviously, we all know how negative that can be and how challenging it can be to work together. But I have found a way to kind of mend the fences a little bit, so to speak, and make it a more enjoyable transaction. I mean, we have good conversations. I talk to the husband at least an hour a week, and the wife, I talk to her probably about the same. And we became friends through it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I like all my transactions to go. I'm a real person and I try to, just like I talk to you or one of my friends, it's going to be the same conversation. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm just me.
Yeah, I'm something that I do. I'm actually a certified divorce lending professional, so I
Okay.
work with a lot of homeowners that are going through divorce, and yeah, it can get tricky. But I think the biggest thing is always just communication, right?
Exactly. And as long as you can communicate properly, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
It just makes everything easier if you can build rapport with people and understand their situations. And I've been through everything. I've already been married and divorced. I've already almost been foreclosed on in my life, believe it or not. And I figured out how to navigate those situations myself, so I'm able to help other people navigate them. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
it makes it a little more easy and fun for them because they know that I've got it for them.
Yeah, sometimes when you go through a life experience, you can relate, and that helps you to help your clients.
Yeah.
So, what's one piece of advice that you would give a first-time home buyer today?
The first thing I would tell any first time home buyer to do is call a realtor because they have the connections you're going to need to get where you're going. They're going to have the best contact for lenders, usually more than one that they work with, and you can make a decision from there. We don't get anything from it, but we know that these people, like yourself, can close a deal. You know what I
Right,
mean? We know, hey, we call Michelle, she's going to get it done, she's going to get it closed, she's going to get it you into your home.
right,
But if you don't make that connection and you just go online and go on your Zillow and fill out their loan application, like a lot of people do because they don't know.
right,
You don't know what you don't know until somebody tells you.
right.
And that's why I always suggest your first point of contact to be a realtor like myself or any other realtor. And that way they can point you in the right direction to get you into a home. And a lot of people don't know that they can get into a home. I mean, they're paying $2,500 in rent right now and they
Correct.
could be paying a mortgage. I mean, it's
Correct.
crazy to me. And they've got good credit. I mean, think about what they want in the rental market now. They want you to have a 650 plus credit score. They want you to have three times the income in rent. Well, if you have all that, why are you not buying a house?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and if your credit is a little below that, give us a call. We can help you get in the right direction to get you into a home,
Yeah.
you know?
So true. I think a lot of times people are afraid to call myself as a lender because they're afraid I'm going to say no. And I say, I will never tell anybody no.
You
It
know?
might be not right now, but here are the steps that you need to take to get there.
And that's the key. You gotta call somebody to find out what you can do. Because believe me, home ownership is possible for every one of you.
Absolutely true. Absolutely. Do you have a niche or like a specialty that you like to work with? Maybe like investors, first time home buyers?
I don't have a specialty or a niche, so to speak. I am here for everybody. I want to help everybody. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, you're an investor, I mean, multifamilies. I've got experience pretty much in anywhere you want it, and that's I'm here to help. I
Yeah.
don't want to turn anybody away. And if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to call one of my partner agents that have been in the business 25, 30 years. You know what I mean? And they can help me navigate or they can step in and take it over for me because I'm never going to do something for somebody that I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm always here to help in any way that I can. And I'll point you in the right directions if I can.
Yeah, that's awesome. One thing I did want to ask you, I see that, being in the business as long as you have, and what do you think some of the keys of being successful? Like, if you think of what do you do that's maybe different than other real estate agents?
Well, I mean, I'm myself. I'm just a real person. I mean, I'll be on the phone with clients and they'll start cussing and I'll be cussing with them. You know, I'm just myself. Just
Yeah.
the same way I talk to you is how I'm going to talk to my wife, my kids, my family. I don't try and be, hi, guys, I'm Anthony. No, it's, hey, I'm Anthony. I'm here to help. You
You're
know?
authentic, right?
Yeah, I'm myself. And then I've also created a channel with my partner James, who's also my personal photographer and videographer. He and myself have done a series called Hometown Hotspots where we've went out to local businesses. We don't charge them anything, but we do a nice like commercial for them and put it out there for them. And like I said, we don't charge them anything for it. It's kind of like, our community service.
That's awesome. I think I've seen that series.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's very cool that you do that to help out your community.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So you mentioned family, right? Family's important to you. You have 5 kids, five and a half.
I've got 5.5. I've got 5 right now. 4 boys, 1 girl, and if my wife's correct, I might be having another girl, but we don't know yet. But yeah, I'll have 6 kids soon. They're all awesome, from 15 to 2 years old.
Wow.
So I've got them scattered all over.
So how do you balance that? How do you balance being a husband, a father, a real estate agent, amongst all the things that you do?
Well, obviously, what's most important is your family at the end of the day. So I try to always put them first, but obviously, being in the business we're in, I can't make everything happen for everybody at every time. There's times when I have to tell my kids, sorry, I'm not going to make it to this game because I have to go show these people a house or go to a closing here or that, you know what I mean? But I always try my best to put them first.
Yeah.
But I've also got to make sure that my clients' needs are taken care of in a timely manner. And I feel like I've figured out over the years how to juggle it just right to make sure that everybody can call me at any time. I mean, I've answered the phone at my kids' games,
Yeah.
and sat there and had conversations. I'm always available, even when I'm busy.
Yeah, that's awesome that you do that. I think one of the things that I really love about, mortgage lending is that you do have that flexibility, right? If you need to take off time during the day and, have lunch with your kids at school or do something,
Yeah.
and then in the evening you do your showings or whatever stuff you do, it's nice to have the flexibility to kind of just work around it sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. It's really nice.
All right, so looking ahead to next year, 2026, what trends do you see coming to the market?
It's hard to say. I mean, from my perspective, my hopes and dreams are that the rates come down just enough to where we get more listings and we get more buyers in the market. Right now, everybody thought, or I think everybody thought, that we were going to have more of interest rate reduction than we did. I mean, myself and you knew what was going to happen, but
Yeah.
I think everybody was planning on a whole percent or 2%, and that's just not reality. I mean, I'm hoping we get a little more of a cut. I mean, if that happens, I'm hoping it stimulates the market a little bit. But it's hard to say. We're just in a weird market right now. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, it's funny because, I've been in the business for 28 years, so I've seen a lot of like market trends, but for a long time we had rates that were really low, like 3%, right? So now when rates are in the sixes, we were up at sevens, for a little bit. And everyone thinks that rate is so high. But if you ask any of our parents or our grandparents, they've lived through the 18% rates, right? So, 6%-ish rate is not that bad.
No, my parents bought their first house. I think they told me it was 12% or 14%. I'm like, seven's not that bad.
Right. And what's important is what's your payment, right? At the end of the day, how much is my payment going to be and how does that fit to my budget?
Well, yeah, and here's the thing too that people don't think about is as long as you make your payments, you're building equity.
Yes.
And that's the big thing. When you're renting for the same money that you could be buying, you're just making them rich.
That's absolutely true.
When you could be investing in your future. I mean, when I sold my first house, it gave me enough money to buy my second house without having to come out of pocket.
Yeah.
And now when I buy the house that I'm buying soon here, same thing. I'm not coming out of pocket, and I'm going to have that equity rolled right into the next home.
Yeah, that's something that I always tell when I talk with a new couple or a new client and they're first-time home buyers. That's the first thing I say. Well, congratulations on taking the first step to building your net worth, because real estate is one of the number one ways to build wealth.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at all the billionaires and millionaires throughout time. I mean, how did they usually get their money to begin with? Some sort of real estate investment, or they bought buildings here and sold them later. I mean, it's usually real estate's how they started.
Yeah, so true. So Anthony, I just wrapped up one of my real estate masterminds, and one of the things a topic that came up was you can't be a secret agent, meaning you need to be out top of mind and letting people know what you do. And I've noticed that you're very active on social media. Can you tell me a little bit about that and why that's important?
Well, I feel like it's very important. I mean, just like yourself, I've seen some of your stuff, and we'll get into that in 1 second, but it's just, what are you going to do? You either are going to keep putting yourself out there, or you're going to get left behind, because that's where the world's going. I mean, between AI, your Facebook, your Snapchat, your Instagram, all those platforms, that's the way the world's going. That's where everybody's finding everything. I mean, I found some Black Friday deals using that,
Yeah.
And I noticed you're doing the same thing. I mean, with your masterminds and different posts you've put up, I'm noticing that you're following the same trend. You're trying to keep up,
Yeah.
just like the rest of us.
Yeah, I think it can be uncomfortable sometimes, right? Just taking videos or pictures of yourself. But I think you have to, in order to grow, you have to get out of your comfort zone.
I mean, just like this. How nerve-wracking was this?
Yeah.
I mean, and now we're doing it, and
Yeah.
it's working.
Yeah. That's awesome. So speaking of the masterminds, what I've been doing is I've been getting together a group of real estate agents that really mastermind. So we've been coming up with topics of what's working for some people and sharing ideas. And it's amazing when you get a group of people that just want to collaborate together. It's amazing the different ideas that come up.
No, and I can only imagine the things that come up and get said. Especially it's just a weird world. Think about the artificial intelligence world. I mean, that alone is a mastermind in itself, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, the technology is amazing these days.
And it's changing so quickly.
Yeah, and if you don't adapt, unfortunately, you're not going to learn and you're not going to grow.
Yeah, I heard a quote the other day that, AI is not going to replace real estate agents, but agents using AI are going to replace agents that are not.
I read that same thing, and I 100% agree. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I have to type an email, I'll type it up. Not that I'm bad at it, but I'll still run it through ChatGPT or something, just to
Yeah.
make sure that I didn't miss anything or I couldn't have done anything differently.
Yeah, use it as a resource, right?
Exactly. I mean, I think we're all guilty of it at this point,
I wouldn't call it guilty. I would call it smart.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll agree there.
All right, Anthony, thank you so much for being here today and for answering all of my questions. I think we covered a lot of valuable information. If someone wanted to reach out to you, what would be the best way for them to do that?
Well, the best way is obviously call or text at any time, 815-388-3355, or you can look me up on any form of social media at Anthony Borke Realtor.
And if you'd like to reach me, you can call my cell phone at 262-496-4582. Call or text. You can also find me on all major forms of social media. So there you go. That's a wrap. Episode 1, Coffee with a Closer. Thank you again, Anthony Borke, for being my first, I don't want to say guinea pig, but my first guest.
Thank you so much for having me, Michelle.